What's up, guys? I'm Mason McAnally with Therapy South Fultondale.
And I'm Nathan Roddy with Therapy South Chelsea.
We thought we'd talk to you a little bit today about TPI and their assessments. So what is TPI? TPI is the Titleist Performance Institute. They're an educational organization that focus on how the body functions in the golf swing. So they're modeled the way we look at the golf swing and the body. You look at it from a zoomed out lens, and if you consider the body, you think of it as an alternating segments of stability and mobility. So if you start at the ankle, it's a highly mobile joint. Then you look at the knee, it's more stable. Hip is highly mobile again. Lumbar region with core, pretty stable. Go to thoracic, you're looking at a lot of mobility. When you think about the golf swing, especially in older populations, you really start to consider people with low back pain. That can come about for multiple reasons. One big one is poor mobility in the thoracic spine and the hips, and that just really increases the stress in the lumbar spine. On the flip, if you look at the lumbar spine itself and the inability to stabilize, inability to recruit core muscles, glute muscles, they can't really stabilize the lumbar spine. So again, you're shooting those stress forces through the low back during the golf swing. Now, why is the TPI assessment important to you? We want to optimize your performance in golf while decreasing your injury risk. Now, Nathan's going to tell you a little bit about the TPI screen and how we can help you.
So the TPI assessment is broken down basically into two parts. You're going to look at the body swing connection, and so in that aspect, you're going to look at how is the body moving. So what Mason was just talking about with joint by joint mobility, pretty much from head to toe. You're going to look at cervical range, shoulder mobility, especially lumbar, core stabilization, all the way down to the ankles. And so through that, there's a systematic process that we use to help identify high-risk areas that may be causing faulty movements, whether it's weakness, whether it's lack of mobility in golf swing specific movements. And so that's the first aspect, and that kind of bridges into the second aspect of the TPI assessment, which is the exercise prescription. So through that, the assessment is individualized. So as you do the body swing connection, we identify, and we're through the app that we have, we're able to identify high-risk areas. And so in those areas, we'll identify or we'll prescribe different exercises for both stability of a joint if it's lacking in that, or exercises for mobility to improve range, which in general is needed for whether it's a torque or power in the golf swing. Ultimately, helping to identify areas that may have these high risk for compensatory movements, which you can go out and maybe one or two times be fine, but if you're a lot of the people that we're talking about have been golfing for years. So these repetitive movements that can cause low back pain, shoulder, cervical issues in the long run. And so the TPI assessment is just a way for us to identify those areas and to help you enjoy the game of golf for a long period of time. And so really the best way that we can do that is through just our skills as being physical therapists to identify these areas and then help you get back to whatever you're trying to do in terms of goals for golfing or just enjoy the game.
Now, the beautiful thing of all of that is you don't need a doctor referral to see us.
Yeah.
You can call us, we can set up an evaluation. Evaluation is more of a wellness visit where we look at your golf swing and we do the TPI assessment, the mobility screen, all in one visit. And from there, we can cater the exercise prescription and get you out back on the course, and we can do a follow-up in a couple weeks. So if you have any interest in that, just reach out to us.